Welcome to another episode of PC Building Simulator 2. If you missed the previous episode, I will put a link up in the upper right hand corner so you can go back and check it out. Let's hop into the email. Let's see what we got to work. Whoops. I clicked that what is happening? I clicked that way too many times for some reason, and it kept going away. That was something. All right, well, we've got a few things to work on here. But I also want to get to the spares and repairs that I didn't have time to get into in the previous episode, if you happen to see that episode. I want to work on that. And I also want to go back and collect the money from the one that sold. I didn't even do that in the previous episode. I wanted to do that with you guys. So we will collect money and hopefully work on the spares and repairs. Now, with that being said, there's 3 jobs here. Obviously, that's going to take some time to do all 3 of those. I don't know about the diagnose one. I'd like to do the upgrade, and let's see about doing the overclock. So, let's read this one first. It says, I need some help. Do you think you could help me make some upgrades? Performance-wise, can you aim for a benchmark of 17,794? I hate benchmark jobs because nobody ever in real life wants a PC built going, I'd like a 3D mark, a times by a score of X. That just doesn't exist. They go, I want to play this game. I want to play that game. I need to do productivity and don't care about gaming. I mean, whatever it is, you never get anybody who needs a 3D mark times by a score of a certain amount. But hey, you know, whatever, it's a game. Rant over. I'd like you to fix me up with 2 GPUs. My budget's about $2,000. I hope that's okay. That green camo theme looks cool. Yes, it does. I like the green camo myself. I'd love it if you could apply that. My PC has been loud lately. Can you do anything about that? So, multiple things going on here. We need to get a benchmark score. We need to put in 2 graphics cards. We need to stay under Jeff's budget. We need to put on a green camo theme, and we probably need to adjust the fans because it's been loud. Now, let's take a look at his stats. So we've got an 11400F, mediocre cooler, 1300 watt power supply, way overdoing it there. 32 gigs of RAM, that is more than enough. He's got a RTX 2080 Super and a hard drive. Okay, I don't know what we're going to do here. Maybe we'll just add another 2080 Super to the mix. $2,000, I mean, to step up to a 2080 Ti, or I think the only 30 series that you could run in SLI was a 3090, if I remember right. Could you even do the 3090? I don't remember. I think you could do SLI 3090s or 3090 Ti's. Anyway, that's going to be way over $2,000. So I think our best bet is probably going to be to add another 2080 Super. Anyway, that's beyond the point. We need to get him the benchmark score that he is looking for. Let me go ahead and accept that one. Next, let's take a look at this overclock. It says, hi, hey, I've got a media PC project I've been working on, but it's not quite right yet. Are you available to help with making a few changes? Been really busy over the last couple of weeks researching and buying parts. House is a bit of a mess now. Haha, whoops. Bro, how much stuff did you buy? Dang, your whole house is a mess just from building a PC? All right. Anyway, I've finally got the machine all built, so you don't need to help with that at least, but it's making noise. Spent a few hours this morning reading a bunch of sites and forum posts, trying to find a solution. It's pretty complicated. A few places said it might help to lower the RAM timings by -1. Something about reducing the load on the PSU, I think. What? Not 100% sure, but can you try it? Sure, we'll lower your cast latency, dude. I do it, but I don't trust myself to make those kind of technical adjustments. Might break something, and if it works, I won't have to buy more parts. So, fingers crossed. Thanks, Dex. Okay, so Dex wants us to adjust cast latency by -1 to reduce the load on his PSU. Is that actually a thing? I'm pretty sure lowering your cast latency does nothing for reducing PSU load. All right, let's correct me if I'm wrong down in the comments. Let's see here. Got Team Group T-Force Nighthawk, 8 gig, 3200 megahertz RAM, 2 sticks. Okay. Let's do that. Let's go ahead and accept that one. Okay, so in the last episode, since I was hoping to have time to work on the spares and repairs, I did order the parts for that PC. We also kind of looked at it just a little bit. So if you missed that, obviously go back and check it out. So I'm not going to be ordering parts for that, but I do need to order parts for this upgrade to get a 3D Mark score of 17,794. So I'm going to step away. I'm going to open up the shop. I'm going to get the parts, or maybe even just the one part. I might just get another 2080 Super. But we'll get the parts, put it in the shopping cart, and as soon as I figure out what I'm going to buy for this, I'll come back and show you. All right. For this upgrade, to get a 3D Mark score of 17,000 something, I don't remember what it was now. Hopefully, I mean, who knows? Who knows if I'm going to be able to replace these parts. It may say replace customer parts, and then we'll have to put his crappy stuff back in. But if the game allows, I would like to put in an i9 10900K to get rid of his i5 11 whatever it was. Also, to go with that, because that thing's like 10 cores, 20 threads, and runs really hot, I'd like to put in an EVGA CLC 360 RGB AIO water cooler. Should keep that 10900K nice and cool. And then to round it all out, he wants 2 graphics cards for some unknown reason, because SLI doesn't do a jack squat anymore for any game out there. Like, it is completely dead, but he wants it for some reason. We're going to buy him another one of his EVGA RTX 2080 Super gaming graphics cards, the blower style that's nice and loud. So yeah, if he doesn't like that, then, well, I don't know. We may just not get 5 stars, I guess. So we're gonna get this for next day delivery. We're well under his $2,000 budget, so let's go ahead and buy this now. We'll continue shopping. I'll close that out. Let's you know what? Before we end the day, let's go here. Let's go to shop sales. I want to earn some money. I want to earn some money before we ever get started. So we sold the Spares and Repairs a PC from this will be 2 episodes ago now. It was a pretty nice one. Had a Asus ROG Strix RTX 3090 in it and a Ryzen 7 5800X. So yeah, pretty nice PC. We sold it for $5,600. So we made a profit of $3,442. That's nice. All right, let's collect this. Let's get our money. Very nice. A profit of $3,442. Excellent. Okay, so we've accepted our money. Now, let's go into the day. I'm going to turn off the lights. I want to get the parts we ordered for this upgrade, as well as the upgrade and this guy who wants us to lower his CAS latency to reduce the load on his PSU, whatever that's all about. We'll get that in. All right, lights on. It's a new day. This is the overclock. Should we do that first? Should we do that first? I'm really curious about this. Ooh, I like the color of that case. Really curious. Whoa, it's red. Did not expect that. I like this color up on top, though, with the white stripe. That is sick. What happened to the back? Is that supposed to look like that, or is it just messed up? It has to. It must be supposed to look like that, right? Okay, so we've got RAM in a dumb configuration here. Let's start by fixing that. Let's see, we'll put it over here. Let's close these. All right. Here is his RAM. There we go. So at least now we're getting dual channel instead of 2 sticks in single channel. He put what? All of his fans are exhaust? Wait a moment. What? I mean, he probably did that for, you know what? You know what? I was gonna fix this, but they probably have them like that for lights, right? I don't know. Let's power this thing on. Let's see what it does. I'm gonna hop into the BIOS. We got to go here anyway to adjust CAS latency. So he wants his CAS latency adjusted by 1. -1 to be exact, not just 1, but -1. So to do that, we're going to bump that down. And when we're bumping this down, the actual CAS latency, we got to bump down the TRCD, which I have no clue what that stands for. And we also need to bump down the TRP by 1. So if you're bumping this down by 1, you make these match. If you're bumping this down by 2, you make those match as well. I don't know what they stand for. I just know that that's what you're supposed to do, at least in this game. I don't really overclock my RAM other than turning on XMP in real life, so I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure. So we've lowered the cast latency. We're going to leave XMP turned off. We're going to go ahead and apply those changes and restart. Hopefully we don't blue screen. I mean, this is a blue screen, but hopefully we don't actually get a blue screen. Okay, so that's saying it's done, but just to be safe, I, like to run OCCT. So I'm going to put OCCT on here real quick. We'll do a 30-second run. I'll probably just skip it so you guys don't have to sit here and watch it or listen to me talk about random garbage while it just runs. But I want to make sure it can handle just an automatic 30-second run. So as soon as this is done, if it doesn't blue screen or whatever, I'll come back. All right, we're in the monitoring phase here. We're good to go. We are good to go. Now, was there anything else that they wanted done for this? I mean, they said their computer's been loud. Isn't that right? Something about it. It's making noise. Do you guys hear any noise? I don't hear any noise. Yeah. I'm not going to adjust the fans. I'll probably live to regret it. But it's seriously not making any noise. Like at all. He's got the same desktop wallpaper I have. Very nice. I really do like this paint. Alright, so yeah, that's his PC. I think we're done with it. So let's go put this thing out here in the delivery area. We're going to get this one that needs an upgrade. We're going to see if all the parts I ordered can actually be used. Because you just never know. You never know. So we can start by just slapping another graphics card in here. And I think he's going to have cables that I may not have. Let's take a look. Looks like blue and white. Yes, I do not have blue and white cables. That is quite the bummer because they actually look pretty good. They actually look pretty good. Let's go to the shop. We're going to go to cables. That's case fans. So, what do we not have? Is it that? That must be. That must be what he's got. You know what? Let's... what seems like a good idea would be just to buy all of these so I'm not wasting $100 on same-day delivery and not getting a bunch of cables. So there we go. We bought all the blue. Any cable that has blue with something else in it, I now have. Great. Excellent. Perfect. Okay. So, I want to cable this up. We're going to go with, I'm pretty sure it's those. There we go. Now, should I just... How about I take this off? What? So X just, okay. So X just makes it close back down, but it's still his property. So I can't upgrade anything else. I wish it would just say that. It says I want upgrades, right? Here comes a rant. It says he wanted upgrades, I thought. Could you help me make some upgrades? Not add one blasted card. He said upgrades. So to me, that would mean new, CPU, new cooler, and a graphics card. So they should just say, put in another graphics card. Okay. Rant over. Let's get some big wad of thermal paste on this i5. And let me put his dinky little cooler back on and cable it up. So this, I can promise you, these two 2080s along with this i5 are not going to hit 17,794. But just to make sure, I'm going to hop into the BIOS. I'm going to give this thing every opportunity. So we're going to turn XMP on, because that's going to help a little bit. Give this thing every opportunity to prove me wrong. Man, it's slow. All right. Oh, I need a USB drive in there, right? He doesn't even have a rear fan. Oh my gosh. I guess that's all right, because that can just blow straight out the back, but still. Oh. I'm pretty sure that we're gonna need more than just 3D Mark. But I'm gonna install 3D Mark, and then I'm also going to install GPU Tuner and OCCT, because I know for a fact that there's no way. There's no way we're hitting this without overclocking the graphics cards. What? That's not what I meant to click. Okay. OCCT, that's what I want, not custom water cooling shop. Come on. Waiting on you. Waiting on you, slow hard drive. Okay, I'm going to get 3D Mark running because I want to see what kind of score we start off with, so I know what kind of overclock I need to do. As soon as this is done, I'll come back and I'll show you the score. If it beats it, I'm going to be really ecstatic, and hopefully, you know, it's made me look dumb. But, you know, I don't think we're going to hit 17,794. I'll be right back. All right, we were close, but I was right. Didn't hit 17,794. We got 16,552 though. If you can tell, it's not the graphics cards at this point holding back this 3D Mark score. It is that CPU. If we could put the 10900K in there, I don't think we'd be doing overclocking. But now, as I thought from the beginning, it is time to overclock. So I'm going to close this out. I'm going to open up a GPU tuner. I'm going to open up OCCT, maybe. Okay. If you guys don't know how to do this, here's a very quick, dirty way to overclock graphics cards. Set OCCT to infinite, turn it on, let it get going. Set your core voltage all the way to the max. Doesn't matter what it maxes out at. If it's 10%, 20%, it's generally 20%. Max that out. Then you want to hit apply. Make sure it's all applied, and then you start moving core and memory clock. I usually like to start off on Nvidia graphics cards with at least 100 megahertz and hit apply. Then you watch your temps and see if they increase. They have not. We have not blue screened. This thing has a 1300 watt power supply in it, so our power draw is just fine. We're going to increase the memory clock by also 100 megahertz and hit apply, and going to wait. I'm going to continue doing this until I either max both of these sliders out or until it crashes. And when it crashes, then you need to back off. Now, as you continue to move up, you go in smaller and smaller increments. So as you go further up, don't continue doing 100 megahertz, or you'll have to figure out going back how many off you were when it crashes. The further up I go, the next step would be 50 megahertz. The next would be 20, and so forth and so on, until I'm only bumping it up by maybe 5 megahertz at a time, so that I've only got to go back a maximum of 4 megahertz to get it to not crash. Hopefully that makes sense. If not, I do have a video from the original PC Building Simulator showing how this is done. Anyway, I'm going to step away. I'm going to finish overclocking this, and I'll be right back. All right. I've gotten these graphics cards overclocked. They seem stable at this point. Obviously, it just recently crashed, and this has been running. The test has been running for, a little over a minute, but I think we're going to be all right. We're hitting a max power draw of 1100 watts. That's impressive. So we've gotten a plus 210 megahertz on the core clock and plus 208 megahertz on the memory clock. I'm going to go ahead and stop this because I'm ready to run 3D Mark and see if this thing makes it to the end, if we hit the score that we're looking for, or if it, crashes. So let me get this thing running, and as soon as I have a score, or if it blue screens or whatever happens, I will come back and show you. All right, there you've got it. 18,400. We needed 17,794, so we definitely beat that score. Now, just to reiterate my point, if we had been able to upgrade the CPU as well to get a better CPU score, we would be up in the, 20,000 range at least, if we go with like a 10900K or something. Anyway, I don't think we can do that because, well, it would just tell us to put the owner's parts back in the machine. So we're kind of stuck with what we're at. But there's a few other things we need to do to this, so we definitely beat the score. If I remember right, we also need to put a camo theme. And was there something else? It's been loud. It's been loud. So we need to put the fan control on here. And then we'll go put the camo theme on it. And I think it'll be done and ready to go. And hopefully we'll get a nice 5 stars out of it. If not, I mean, oh well. Oh well. Okay, so fan control. This is all the fans, huh? So let's do this. We'll do eco. And then we'll do this and do eco as well. That might kill our overclock, but whatever. Not passwords. Oh, man. Okay, so this thing should be done. Let's go ahead. Look at all these drive bays. Holy cow. Get the side panel on that. It's not bad. Not a bad PC. Okay, camo theme time. Camo theme. Do this. Oh, zipped right past it. Do you think he wants it on the glass? I mean, I wouldn't. I wouldn't. Was that it? Was that it? Green camo theme and been loud. Yeah. Okay. So do we want to come back over here and power it on and see if it looks any different than it did for the camo theme? I like that camo theme. It looks about the same though. Unless you look at it from this side, then it's all nice and camo-y. So yeah. Okay. There we go. Let's go put this out in the hallway. And then let's collect some money. And then we're going to go work on the PC from spares and repairs. Let's get rid of that. We've got a couple of diagnose. Let's take a look at the overclock one first. 5 stars, $320 profit. That was an easy 320. All right, let's see what we get from this. 5 stars. I saw they ran the benchmark with a score of 18,400, and the green camo theme looks so cool. $1,446 in profit. That's nice because we spent money on a 10900K and a CLC 360 from EVGA that we didn't get to use, but we'll use it in something else. So he literally bought those parts for us to use in some other build. Okay. Okay. Ooh, a 13900KS. Very nice. I don't know what that is. Some kind of water cooling part. Some sort of water cooling part. Okay. Okay, let's go work on this from spares and repairs. This is the same fractal case we were just working in. That's funny. I believe this thing has a broken, let's see, it's up here. Broken CPU, broken RAM, and a broken graphics card. If I remember right, I also bought a new PSU for this. Let's see. We're just going to start pulling parts. We're going to start pulling parts. I don't know. Okay, whatever. We'll clean it. I don't want to clean it. I don't care. It's freaking broken. I want to open the shield so that I can remove it, please. There we go. And then I don't know which RAM is broken. Oh, what? I thought it said it was open. There we go. Okay, so let's start with memory. That one's broken. Let's get rid of it. Let's get the old one back in, as well as the new stick I bought in the last episode. Come on. There we go. There we go. So this graphics card's also broken. This needs to go. Next, let's get a new CPU in here. That 12700K is broken. We're going to sell that off. I got a 13700K to go in here. So a little bit of an upgrade. It's a little bit better than nothing. We're also going to have to remove this. And what? I think that has to come off so that this can come out. And then I think we can put that piece back, that beauty panel piece back on. Yeah. Yep, this needs to come off. This needs to go because we're going to mount a CPU cooler up in the top. Are there no... There's no fans in this case. I didn't even notice that. I should have ordered some fans. I don't know if I have any fans. Or at least matching fans. Let's get a nice elongated blob of thermal paste on there. Oh, I need a cooler. I'm going to use this Fractal Design Celsius plus S24 Prisma. Let's see. Maybe we'll mount it there. So if I do have a fan, maybe I can get it, you know, mounted here in the back. What do I have for case fans? I've got a conglomeration of case fans. Well, maybe we'll put an RGB fan in the back. And this is going to look terrible in the front. None of these are RGB though, so I guess technically I could just mount different fans. Okay, I'm doing this for an experiment. Do not do this. Do not do this. I'm just getting rid of these fans. Front panel back on. Okay, you sort of can't see them. It's not so bad. It's not so bad. Get that back on the top. Get the top panel remounted here. Then I want to get the new power supply in. What? Do I not have any power supplies? What? They're both incompatible? Why is that incompatible? Okay, so I guess we're leaving this power supply in. Why would that be incompatible with this case? Is it just because there is a power supply already mounted in it? We're about to find out. We're about to find out. I'm pretty sure that's what it was. I want to use this Endorphy. I think that's how you say it. The Supremo FM5 Gold 1000 watt power supply. So it just wasn't happy that there was already a PSU in there. That would be why it would be incompatible. Okay. So that is done. Now we just need our new graphics card. We're going to sell off this broken 3080 because I got an EVGA RTX 3090 for the Win 3 Ultra gaming graphics card that we're going to install right there. Right there. Then let's cable this thing up. Man, those blue and white cables we used in the last build actually look pretty nice. Maybe we'll do those in here. Yeah, I kind of like those. Oh, you know what I didn't put back in? the storage. Let's just put this 2 terabyte sucker in here. Cable that up. Okay. So, let me put a USB drive in it. I may not need it, but you never know. Let's power this up, make sure it works. I do want to hop into the BIOS. We do need XMP turned on. That will count for overclocking, so that's good. Let this thing boot up into the operating system. I don't know if it's going to install or what we have going on here. Okay. You know what? The RGB that's going on, I don't mind. Those fans look so weird when you look at them from the side where you can see them. It's alright. I'm just clearing out some inventory. You can't see them, okay? You can't. Well, that top one you sort of can. But the rest of them you cannot see. And this sort of goes with that. So I probably could have moved that back. But you know what? It's going to drive me nuts. Let's just... What is happening? Let's see if I can move it back. Okay. That's terrible coverage. Terrible coverage. Tools, thermal paste. Maybe we'll do an X. Okay. Now, CPU cooling this. There we go. I think that'll look better. All right. Removed components. Let's get the parts put back on here. We need the dust filter and the top panel. Let me power it up. I want to make sure it still works. While it's booting, I'm going to put other side panels on. I think that looks better. I think it looks better. Now, let's go. Dare I make it look like the previous one we did with this camo theme? I kind of liked the way that looked. Yeah, we're going to put the camo theme on it. Let's bring it back over here. We're going to power it back on. Since I kind of didn't wait for it to fully power on, we want to make sure everything works. Let's take a look at this thing without the UI in the way. I think it turned out pretty nice. I like the camo on this case. Fractal, you guys need to make a camo case, because that's pretty sick. Just saying. And then if there was camo down here, like under the glass, and then up here on this beauty panel, that would be awesome, to where it was just camo, and then you just had the window area there. That would be sick. But I like camo. I don't know why. I always have. Always have. I think this thing looks great. Let's go list this for sale. Hopefully. Hopefully, if we don't get any errors with it telling us we can't for some reason. There we go. So 100% chance of selling. Let me figure out the price to get it down to a 50% chance of selling, or somewhere thereabouts, and I will be right back. Okay, let's name this thing. Let's name this thing Camo PC number 2, because we've already done one. If you guys don't want to see my terrible naming, head over to my Discord. There's a link down in the description. Once you're there, there is a channel for adding a name for a PC. Head down there, submit your name, read the rules, all that simple stuff. Okay, this is what we're naming it. I want my 50 bucks. We didn't do custom cables. We didn't delid. We did overclock. No custom water cooling loop. Didn't customize the LED lights. I guess not. I mean, they're RGB, whatever. And I still don't have a 5-star bongo rating. But we're going to list this thing for $8 grand, because that brings us to a 53% chance of selling. Close enough to 50. I'm not going to do the math to get it dead on accurate. Good enough, though. Good enough. So, it's up for sale. Camo PC number 2. There it is. There it is in all of its glory. Like I said, Fractal, you guys need to make this case. Seriously. Make it in camo. It would be sick. All right. All right. let's head back in here. There we go. I don't think... Yeah, profit of 1688. Got a... Oh, it's got a broken 9800X. A broken 20. There's a lot of broken there. And I've got a ton of PCs I still need to work on from spares and repairs, so we're going to get to those in another episode. And we'll get to those other emails that came in today in the next episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. If you enjoyed it, you know what to do. Give it a thumbs up if you liked it, a thumbs down if you didn't. Subscribe if you haven't done so already, and ring the bell if you want to be notified as soon as a video from me goes live. Like I said, I do have a Discord server. If you want to join it, there's a link down in the description. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Stay safe out there, and I will see you in the next episode.